Hello everyone, welcome to this class. In this class, we're going to prove the quadratic formula. This is the general formula for a quadratic equation, and we are supposed to prove that the value for x in this equation is equal to this. So to solve for this, we are going to use the formula called completing the square method. For those that don't know what completing the square method is all about, I'm going to put it in the description of this class, of this video, so you can go there and watch the video we've done on it and understand how it is being used to solve quadratic equation. So this is the general formula for a quadratic equation. We have ax squared plus bx plus c is now equal to 0, and we have to find the root of this equation. While solving for quadratic equation, while solving for completing the square method, first thing we are going to do is to make sure that the coefficient of x is 1. So let's go do that. We'll do that by dividing this equation throughout by a. So we have x squared plus b over a x plus c over a, which is now equal to 0. We have been able to achieve here to be 1. The second thing we do while doing completing the square method is find the half of the square of half of coefficient of x. Let's do it. The coefficient of x in this case now is b over a. First of all, we find the half of it. Let's say coefficient of x is b over a. Half of the coefficient of x, which is, let's say, x coefficient half, is b over 2a. We are dividing it by 2 to make it half. Then the square of this half, x coefficient all squared, that's the square of this half. Square of this is now b squared over 4a squared. So this is what we need. So we'll keep this and we'll make use of it. So while solving the completing the square method, we try to make x to be at one side of the equation while the constant is at the other side of the equation. So we are going to move it to the other side of the equation. We have x squared plus b over a x is now equal to minus c over a. So to make this a perfect square, we are going to add this to it. That's the whole point of solving for this. So we can make this x squared plus x a perfect square. So we are going to have x squared plus b over a, or plus this plus b squared over 4a squared, or is equal to minus c over a. Mind you, since we've added something to this side of the equation, to make this equation equal, whatever we add here, we're supposed to add it here too. So this is equal to b squared all over 4a squared. Solving this equation here and using the factorization method, I'm going to put the link for how to solve the factorization method in this video in the description. Check and you'll see there. Solving for this, we are going to get something like x plus b over 2a all squared. This is the solution for this side of the equation, and this is equal to, solving for this side of the equation, we are going to have the common factor is 4a squared. 4a squared divided by a, we have 4a. 4a multiplied by minus c, we have minus 4ac. While 4a squared divided by 4a squared is 1. 1 multiplied by b squared, we still have b squared. So this is giving us that. So let's rewrite this equation. We have a plus b over 2a is all squared is equal to, let's make this first, b squared minus 4ac all divided by 4a squared. Now to get this equation, we find the square root of both sides of the equation. When we find the square root of this side, we have x plus b all over 2a is now equal to the square root of this side, but mind you, put plus or minus because you are dealing with square roots. It will be square root of this side of the equation, all divided by 4a squared. Let's go to the next slide. So this is what we solved last. So I'm putting it on the top of the equation here, the top of the slide. So we'll find the square root of this side. We are going to have x plus over 2b over 2a is equal to plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Square root of 4a squared is, so this one will no longer be under square root sign. It will just be 2a because square root of 4 is 2, square root of a squared is a. So the next thing, we take this to this side of the equation. We have x is now equal to minus b over 2a plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So x is now equal to, you join these two together, you will now have 2a minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac. This is the initial equation we are trying to prove, and this is it here. We got it exactly. For those of us that is wondering why are we having this plus or minus, it's because when you are looking for a square root of a number, you don't know whether the number is negative or positive. So to make up for it, you have to consider both the positive side of the equation and the negative side of the equation. Thank you, and see you in the next class. So what I mean, for example, is if you have square root of 4 and you know your answer is 2, but you can't tell for sure if it's actually plus 2 or minus 2. So the best way to go about it is just say the square root of 4 is plus or minus 2, meaning that it's either 2 or minus 2, because when you say 2 minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, which is square of minus 2, you are still getting 4. At the same time, when you say 2 multiplied by 2, you are still getting 4. So from square root, you don't know which of them gave rise to 4. So that's why you always put plus or minus when you are dealing with square root, to take care of both if the answer is positive or the answer is negative. So from this our equation, the real answer to this solution is x is minus b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, or x, or you can say x is minus b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So the solution to this equation is two answers. It's either it's this or it's that. Thank you, and see you in the next class.